How's your back doing and all?
As long as I quit lifting your motor up, it should be fine.
There you go. I'll do that.
Okay, here it appears. What do we got here?
Roller bearings.
Standard. Ooh, this is a lot bigger.
Serious?
Yep.
You mean they got undersized?
This one's 2/10 bigger than that one.
Oh.
This is huge.
How can that be?
These are worn or undersized.
I didn't know they made an undersize.
Manufacturing tolerancing.
Oh.
Okay, it appears that we're missing 2 in there.
Yeah.
The light's off again.
Okay. Okay.
There's 1. Good thing I got a couple more left.
Yeah, you got a few there. Dixie. I didn't know.
Yeah, they're
They're gonzo, huh?
They're gone. But the crop's on eBay, or it will be on eBay.
Yeah, they should have never named themselves Dixie. They're after them people.
Okay, that appears to be snug, but there it goes in. If you have to beat the roller in, don't put it in.
You gotta have a little bit of room, huh?
Yeah, you gotta have some breathing room. See how you can move it back and forth? That means it's not too tight. Notice how they're all in there now.
Yeah.
Unlike what it was.
And there's nothing keeping them from coming this way other than the shaft.
Yeah, when you get shafted, yeah, they come out.
Yeah, you get shafted. They get the gold and you get the shaft.
Okay, so now, help keep that in there. Take some more grease.
Good way to keep the grease clean.
Yeah, it's easy to get out too.
How come they never thought of that before?
Some English guy did.
Damn limey bastards.
Or the China guy.
Chinks.
Come on.
Germans and fucking Nazis.
No, fucking doing that on my damn video.
Oh, that's right. I was just trying to hit them all while we were at it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be
Hillbilly
equal.
white guy.
Yeah, you want to be equal.
Oh, that's coming from a hillbilly.
Yep. Redneck and proud of it.
Okay, there you go. Now, is this going to fit?
We'll see. Oh, man. I got some words for that, too, but I can't say them.
Okay, now.
Slick.
Is it the correct fit or is it loose?
Okay.
It's a little loose, but it's good enough for you.
It's got to have in play, too, huh?
We're not even to the in-play yet. We're just working on the bearing clearances.
It looked good.
We got to feel up.
Okay,
this
if I
way,
do it?
this way, the X's, all
Let me
different
see.
directions. It appears to be fairly round.
Let me see. I want to know in case I ever do this.
Yeah,
Hey, maybe in my next life I'll remember this.
yeah. This is counter shaft, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I said in my next life, not this one.
Okay, so now that appears to be okay.
Yeah. Oops. Took a couple with it, but
Yeah.
3.
I got 3 out. I hit something on the way out too. Okay, well, the grease almost worked. Now the whole bunch is falling out.
Yeah.
This grease isn't as sticky as the blue stuff I used to use. Did you have to bring your shift shaft with you yet?
No.
How am I supposed to put the training without the shifter in here?
Oh, yeah, the shifter's here.
The shaft?
Yeah. A brand new one. I can get it if you want.
We are. I don't know anything about no new one.
Yeah, I got a new one.
Okay.
Remember I thought I didn't know what it was?
So now we're going to move on to this
I
part.
thought you meant the lever. I was like, what do I need that for? That's a shift arm.
Depends on what you want to call it.
What's the technical term?
I would call it a lever, but I think they call it an arm. Depends on what book you're in. Okay, we got grease in that. We want to make sure this bearing's over here inside of the high gear get lubed.
You know, a lot of plumbing, they used to call it an increaser. Now they call it a decreaser. They changed their terms, you know.
I'll guarantee you, if you don't put this in here,
Yeah.
it will decrease the life expectancy.
Oh, I
of
bet
bearings.
you right now. Yeah, you want to pack that stuff.
So if you don't pre-lube this, you're going to get no lube for a long time.
Yep.
Okay. And you don't want to forget to do the bushing in here either.
Right. Brand new.
Okay, now we want to make sure this fits in there, which we should have done before, but oh well.
You knew it would anyway. Didn't you?
It's in there.
You gonna grease that puppy? Oh yeah.
It's got some grease in it, but we'll get some more. This will be in there in a few times.
This is the school of the good and plenty grease, right?
Okay, now, what's this for?
Wait a second. I'm thinking. I'm gonna cheat here a minute and look. This one is the counter shaft. Okay, I'm looking to counter shaft, and that's a main shaft, right? Did I do it? Counter shaft.
It fits right on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, your stuff.
Does it have a certain way to go? I mean,
Yeah, it has to go in the spline.
no timing marks on this one.
Okay,
No timing marks allowed.
so that goes right in there. So which one's this one?
Counter. No, main shaft. Who are you talking to? Main shaft.
Dumbass.
Dumbass. There's only two, man. Counter or main.
Okay, well that one goes there.
That's the counter. Oop,
That's an Allen wrench.
that's the main. You haven't done anything that counter yet, man. It's been
I put a washer on
Yeah,
it and
yeah.
I cleaned it.
right. We ain't got no parts.
One
on
of those you saw.
it. Yeah,
So what's all this stuff for?
that's for the counter shaft.
You got that right, finally.
There's nothing left.
Well, there's a shift shaft. There's some shift
Oh.
forks. There is some other shit left. Okay, now we're going to work on the, what is this?
That's a counter shaft.
There you go. So,
It's against the shaft. It's countering the shaft.
now this here we have a gear.
Yeah,
That goes on here.
a certain way. It goes that, not
No.
that. Oh,
If this washer's not here, it can come on either direction. So we can leave that off for a minute. Okay, now, this here gear needs to have some lube on it.
It's got the two little slots on the end, which made up to some other gear, I guess.
Now this
That's the
has
theory.
how many dogs?
4.
So where's it go?
Counter.
Damn, you're getting good now.
And a main well. When you have no eliminations, man, I mean, you know.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, you have no other way to go. I mean,
So the small diameter washer goes there. That would be the stop. This here recess goes against that washer, like that. This big thick spacer goes in here. And then you have a gear, which has the small hole in it. And you got two ways it can go on. You can go on like this or like this. Now this is flush here.
okay, I'm looking.
Over here. Yeah, when I'm
Yeah.
over here, you're not seeing it. So this is flush, and this has a recess, a shoulder.
Yeah.
Now the reason you got a shoulder on there is to get up off of the surface here. So if you put it in like this, it'll rub across this whole face.
Oh, yeah.
If you put it in like this, it'll only rub right where the washer is. So that's how it goes. Now a lot of times these are press fit on here too. So make sure you put it in the correct direction. This is not a press fit. Now if it's a press fit, when you put it together, you got to make sure that you don't crush this so there's no clearance. You want to make sure you have some clearance in here, not that much, but a little bit. Something about like that would be fine, about 15, 20.
What's holding the other side of that? Just when it goes in, huh?
Well, if this is not pressed in, I'm filming down there again.
Oh, I'm on it, bro.
Yeah, once you get over here where I'm at.
Oh, okay, I'm dead on it. I'm seeing it.
Okay, when this is all assembled, you got three things that got clearance. You got clearance in the gear right here. You got clearance over here on the thrusting phase, and then you also have clearance on your little gear when it sits on the shaft right here. There's a clearance there. There's a clearance overall. So all three clearances add together. So if you got 10 thou clearance, you got theoretically 3 on each one, or you got 10 on one and none on the other, which is not good. So when they say to put in a 3 to 5 thou, or the hell the book says, you got no clearance. So I always use 8 to 12 clearances.
Yeah,
And if
sounds
it's,
good.
And if it's 20, I don't care.
It'll work good.
Okay, so now you got that there. Now you have dogs right here, and then you have dogs right here, and you have dogs there. So which way does this go?
It's got to go in that way. If you're going to use that gear, no, the other way.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh, male and female? Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dang, man. Give me a break, will you?
Yeah, we're getting you broken in. Okay, now you got to put a little bit of lube on here.
You going to do the whole thing in lube?
Okay, now you got two washers here.
One big
one
one.
of these is going to be worn. See how this one here is kind of worn on the radius?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that goes into this spot here. See that way it's all radiused in that groove? That's where that goes. So you put that in there like that. Because if you don't put it in like that, it will make itself that way.
Yeah, it's got to fit.
Same deal, you want to get some grease in here to lubricate it. We'll make sure you have a little bit over here for the washer too. We have to find a washer for this. Now this will take, these washers come in 65, 75, 85, and 100 thou thickness. And it takes 1 or 2. Whatever it takes. This one here has 2. At least that's where it's set up with right now. Okay, now the other washer appears to be missing. Which means it probably went into the junk box because it was junk. So we gotta go over here to our washer department and find one to use. So I'm thinking we're gonna use something. Let's go with the one that's out there.
Oh, a biggie, huh?
I'm gonna film what I'm doing. These come in different thicknesses. This one's probably about a 40. Okay, that goes on there like that. And that'll stay in there with the grease. Okay. Now you got over here. This has a little bit of dryness to it. So you put a little lube on that also. Stick it on in there. Okay, so your counter shaft assembly is now loaded in there.
All happy, rock and roll, huh?
Okay, now you get your shift forks in here.
This is interesting. I've never seen it.
And so you got pluses and minuses and neutrals, which are standard. So what's that say?
20 plus 30. Is it 20 or 30? One or the other. 20. Let's see that other one. I can't see it.
Is that a plus 20 or?
Plus 20 on both of them.
Okay, usually you don't have a plus. You have a plus and a minus.
Plus.
How's my foot
point?
down there?
Oh, point. I'm trying to look there.
Okay, so these both are plus 20, which is pretty rare to have 2 plus 20.
Huh.
That means these are 20 thou wider from the center of this here to the space here.
Then stock?
Than stock. Negative would go less than stock.
Well,
Standard is stock. So
It should.
now these go on here like this. So you have your roller. Goes in there like that. So this one being longer than the stock will move this gear up. This one over here, being longer, will move this gear down. Understand?
Yeah. It's kicking it out 20 thou more.
Right, which is not usually how you do it. There it went in. Now you want to make sure this is a neutral. Now you know how I know it's a neutral? Because that's low gear, and that's neutral, and that's second gear.
Okay.
These are spring loaded. Okay, so now right now with the plus 20, this one went down and this one went up. Now this gear over here, you can't put together like this because it won't fit. Shift works on this side. So you have to take this off. And you have to put it right here. And you take this, stick it in here like that. And you gotta wiggle around until it drops in the splines. And you rotate until all these other gears engage.
It's done, huh?
Now you got a gear assembly in there. So that's your old transmission ready to be poked into its hole over there. Now, at this point, you need to look at your shift fork location and see what you got. Okay, so this fork here has this much gap right here, see? It's got, and gravity's forcing it down. It goes up. See, there's play. So right now, when you go up, you have that much of a gap. Okay, now down here, you line up the dogs right here. See the gap in there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
And then when you go up, what happens?
Bigger gap.
Okay, see how close this one is here? See how far apart that is, even there? So this gear here is real close to this gear. And which gear is this?
I'm gonna guess second.
No, it's third.
Third.
It goes 1, 3, 2, high.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the little one's a high one. That's going fast.
The two middle ones reverse. That's just
Okay.
how it works. So this is second, this is third. I mean, this is third, this is second.
I got you fucked up now.
Okay.
Just catching.
So right now, if you were to drag race this thing, this gear here and this one will gauge real good, real close. But this gear over here, you'd have a problem. So this would be third gear upshift. So third gear, boom, you're in it. The problem is you go into high, it's probably going to pop out and you're going to have a problem being in high.
Okay.
And it's also going to wear the dogs away quicker, and then you'll have a problem with popping out of high gear where you're trying to be in high gear.
Yeah.
So this fork here is the wrong fork. It needs to go down, which means it needs to go negative. It's plus 20 right now. It needs to go to a standard or a negative. Okay, this one over here, this gear was moved down because it's a plus. So same thing. See the gap here? And you lift up, see the gap there?
Yeah.
Now see how they're pretty equal. So you put the dogs right together.
Yeah.
You go up here. See how they're relatively equal?
Yeah.
So the 20 works good on this one, but not on this one.
Okay.
So we need to change out this fork. So we need to go to a different number.
I know you mentioned, I told you before, for what it's worth, it did seem to shift good. You know, it never jumped out of high or anything like that. But
Yeah, but it would.
it was wearing out the dogs.
There's a
anyway.
reason why we're replacing all
Right,
these
right.
gears.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
They were bad.
Exactly.
The reason they get bad is because they're not
They weren't
engaged.
Now, do you think somebody did that at the factory, or did it?
It's pretty rare to see a plus number on this fork.
So somebody, when they worked on the bike, did that. When they put
Yeah.
the Thunderheads on there, maybe.
Probably before then.
I never
These
touched.
forks don't have a lot of wear on them. So this now we need to go to a different fork because this fork sucks. So we need to go to a standard or a negative. Did you bring your extra forks with you?
No, I ain't got one,
So we have to
man.
go get some forks.
I'll call up Harley and see if they got one. You
Oh,
call. What's his name? Al.
Do you think they might be obsolete by now?
No, Al can probably get them.
You don't think they'd be obsolete?